Well, I got 9 people in here. Right on. Where's everybody from? Dropping the phone over on the good days. What's that? Sir Clumsy. Man, talk about being clumsy today. See if I can clean it up. That should work a little bit better. McClure. Just me being clumsy, dropping the phone outside the blind. My coyote call. Working on trying to pull him in. Trying to use a couple of different calls to lure him in today. Trying to help out, do a little bit of coyote management. Can't even talk management today. was out here a little bit earlier today, but didn't see anything this morning. Conscience, yeah, it is a pretty cool sound when you can hear them. It's getting a little bit later now. It's 5 o'clock, so hopefully within the next hour they should be coming through anytime, really. The guy who asked me and allowed me to be here is a good friend of mine, but quite a few coyotes on the trail cameras, killing off the rabbits and stuff like that, so where's everybody from? Not seen any owls. I had a good story from a couple of years ago. I had an owl outside the crap house at the property up north, and they were so quiet, you know. The wife said, "Hey, there's something over here." And she came back by the campfire, and sure enough, that thing took off and swooped it, hung up on a branch right above us, and it stayed there. We just watched its eyes glowing from the fire, the campfire. Never even heard it leave. It was so quiet. Got 29 people in here. Wow, that's pretty cool. Where's everybody from? Anybody in here do any coyote hunting at all? Oh, that's cool. 30 feet from you. Is that video on YouTube, Conscience? I'll have to try and go check it out if it is. Yeah, dude, that'd be cool. Oh yeah, I know too well. I am outdoors every weekend, just about every weekend, for every season. I wouldn't have it any other way. If I wasn't out here right now, I'd be out ice fishing. Springtime, all kinds of activities all summer long. As soon as fall gets here, you got small game hunting, and then regular hunting season for deer come in and play. Then you take a month off and hope that there's enough ice that you can get out there. I think a lot of it has to do with any kind of front that might be coming through. Having 3 days of steady, consistent weather instead of having a front come through or blow out. Honestly, to be honest, barometric pressure has a lot to do with it too. I'd rather have 3 days of consistent weather to go out fishing. There is a lot of good days and a lot of bad days. Other than hanging out with the wife and the grandkids, and I wouldn't rather be doing anything other than hanging out outside, to be honest. Family time for this guy is number one priority, putting food on the table. Whether it's venison, deer, or venison or fish, it don't matter. God and family. Just trying to run through a series of calls here. Seems like everywhere you go, every day, every time you turn a corner, there's a Karen. I'm in the insurance business, rebuilding people's homes after a disaster, and every other job is a Karen. All you can do is respectfully just go about your day. Try not to cause too much of a stir. "36 people, right on." Thank you, I appreciate it, Conscious. Problem is the insurance company gives people the money, comparable money to what they had pre-existing in today's standards. The problem is everybody wants to do the upgrades but don't want to pay the extra money out of the pocket over what the insurance is going to allow, and then they get mad. And that's when they turn into a Karen. And it's always the project manager's fault. But then you got them other customers that are just, it's like a dream to work for them. They're really cool, laid back, just let you do your job. They pick out the materials and you're done. So all through, way out there, that's a flat for probably a half a mile, all throughout there, and all throughout that way. Keep on going. Then same thing up to the left. But I've got you mounted up on my GoPro so that block the view. But on the back side of that, there's a swamp that's all frozen over. And they come through everywhere back there. But every year he's got an overabundance of coyotes messing with his other animals like the rabbits and, the fawns when they are born. And it's beating up his property pretty good. So without a firearm, I hate to go alone. I normally don't go anywhere without my firearm. You guys have strict gun laws in Massachusetts? We got a lot of bobcats here too. That's not what I'm here for. That Icotech 300's getting a workout today. Gotcha, dude. I mean, if you're not afraid of guns and you don't have a problem with them, you don't have a felony. These days now, you never know, man. It might be worth it just going to get the education on a little bit on firearms and going to a range. Even if you don't carry it all the time, plinking at the range is a lot of fun. If they have a permit, if your state requires a permit, then most of the time they're concealed carry and you're not going to know if they have one on them or not. Yeah, I'd definitely call your local state and authorities and find out if that affects you or not. No, thankfully I've not. I'm downstate. We don't have bear down here, but mid-state, up all the way up to the UP we do. We have bears. My sister and brother-in-law got wrote up in the paper a couple of years ago. They had a couple of bears come in the spring, coming out of hibernation, and tore up their bird feeders and bent them all up and broke them. And so my sister goes out in the back acreage there and does her planting and stuff like that, and vegetable garden and stuff. And I tell her all the time, like, you need to have at least some bear spray or something. But they've only seen the bears a couple of times in the backyard. Yeah, you're lucky. Usually the mom's right there. That's when you have problems if there's a baby involved. No, I do not. That's something else that I thought about getting into. And my brother-in-law, he does. And his father taught him, and he still traps. But that's something I never got into. But again, that's another license, and, you know, I'm already out in the woods all the time. It's hard to do all the activities out here that I want to do. You have to kind of pick what you want. My daughter's been wanting to go duck hunting and Stute also, but that starts up right at the beginning of bow season. And It's like, am I going to sit in my tree stand or am I going to go float in a boat and shoot ducks all day? Sometimes it's kind of hard to make up your mind what you want to do. You almost have to pick one thing and stick with it. Hey, my grandson, Braden. Hey, buddy. I miss you. I'll bring you out here next weekend with me if you want to come out. But I need you to have warm clothes. I can bring a heater for you. Let's switch up this call to a female. Thanks, Conscious. Yeah, that kid is the best. I've got 3 grandkids right now total. Braden's the oldest, and his younger sister Paisley. And then Morgan, she just turned 2 a couple of days after Christmas this year. And one coming roughly April. So I have four awesome grandkids, and I can't wait for the 4th one to get here. We had Morgan stay the night last night. I'll tell you what, man, you have so much fun playing with all the toys in the living room floor and hanging out and doing all that stuff, you know? Braden, you getting ready for the Super Bowl? I'm gonna scroll back. Let's see. Sterling Outdoors. What state you in, Sterling? Do you do any kind of trapping at all? Conscious, if you can, man, try and find some place out in the mountains. Set yourself up something. If there's land out there that you can do that on, I'd try and take advantage of it. Even if it's just to get away for 4 days, 5 days. Huh, you're gonna play Call of Duty, huh, buddy? Alright, well, save me some food there, dude. See, that's thinking. That's a good idea. Have that stuff hidden in different spots. Well, yeah, buddy, I'm coming. After it starts to get dark, I'll pack up my stuff and I'll come over so I can see you. that's probably a good thing, dude. Try and pick up like some survival books or something like that. That'll keep you busy, right? So it teach you how to make snares and shit like that. And you should still be able to hunt with like get a crossbow or a compound bow, something similar. If you're not able to get a firearm, you can at least try that. Maybe find a local archery range and have someone show you how to set it all up and do that. My daughter's first year this year, technically bow hunting, and she got a nice doe. So you've got all different kinds of broadheads for a bow, but then you also have different kinds of tips for small game, because the razors would just cut right through and just waste it. But you get them blunt points for small game hunting. You can get a couple of squirrels and stuff like that. You could hike with a bow, absolutely. Yeah, just find out what season. Make sure you're following all the laws, that way you're not going to get yourself in trouble. You get in a lot of trouble if you don't do it right. But I have not shot a deer with a gun in probably 13 years. I shoot deer with my bow every year. Number 6. Get him, Mr. Cottontail, get him. Yeah, conscience, I'll tell you, it's pretty rewarding when you can take care of it yourself, too. My whole family actually does it. If I get a deer, then I hang it in the garage. My son comes over. We work together and skin it and quarter it out. And my son and I do all the butchering. My grandson grinds all the burger. He's 10 years old. He's been grinding burgers since he was 6. My wife and my daughter vacuum seal everything and put it in the family packs for whatever I tell them it is. Whether it's steaks or loin. But we do all of our own butchering. I wouldn't have it any other way. Yeah, fishing's really good too. Tell my Morgan I said hello. Man, you guys are troopers, man. I appreciate y'all sticking around and stuff. If you wouldn't mind hitting that like button and sharing, subscribing, that'd be awesome, man. Nowadays, people don't really subscribe a whole lot. Hey Dan, thanks. Uh, you know what? I'm sitting for a couple hours this morning and sitting for a couple hours this afternoon. This is private land, and I'm just doing a little bit of coyote control for the gentleman. So I'm sitting a couple hours in the morning, a couple hours at night. That's only on the weekend while he's gone out of state. But I guess if I'm gonna sit out anywhere, Daniel, you know, probably give it an hour at a set, maybe move. Do that same thing probably most of the day. No, to be honest with you, I thought I'd bring you guys along on my first adventure. Well, my second afternoon. So you guys are my first watching this video live, obviously, but yeah, second time today, first day trying it, but I'm set up pretty good. I've got quite a few spots on state land that I'll be hitting the next few weekends, but I also have to do that in between ice fishing. Perch are biting pretty good right now. Crappie are biting pretty good. I don't mind, I'm in Michigan. Everything I do is in Michigan. I love this state. I'm sure there's other states that have just phenomenal hunting, but I've not had the opportunity to go. My job, it's kind of hard to take off and leave for any length of time. China. Got some good cloud cover. Starting to get a little bit overcast. You know what, Daniel? I've not really even thought about it. I have one of my coworkers. He's like, I consider him my brother at this point. We do all kinds of fishing and hunting together, and he did a bear hunt this year, and he got himself one. I just can't see spending however much money they do to pay somebody to put me out there on a big pile. It's not for everybody. You're pretty much guaranteed a bear. We have a no bait law here in Michigan too. So it takes all them guys and all the ladies that like to put bait out to get their deer. It makes them think a little bit harder and plan their trip. Maybe scout a little bit more instead of just dumping apples and stuff out there. And I mean, if you can do it, that's awesome, cool. But I do a lot of research and scouting The area I've been hunting for the last 14 years has been productive every year. So I don't have to use bait. I'm on a natural funnel. They're going to feed, to water, and in between their bedding areas, so I don't normally have to worry about things like that. Oh, you can't bait either. Everybody wants to bring it back, but I don't know. I think that's just like shooting fish in a barrel almost. I know everybody on, private land, they still bait and stuff like that, but to each their own. I'm not here to condemn anybody. That's not who I am. Nor will I ever be. Alright, Braden. I love you, and I'll see you in a couple hours, buddy. And these calls, I'm going to take a break for a few. Kind of let the woods settle down a little bit. Been out here for about, I don't know, about an hour, I guess. I think a good old buck still is smart enough to avoid bait during hunting hours. I do agree with you. However, if you're sitting long enough, at some point they're going to make a mistake. I've got some photos on my page, and I've got one that I call a high tower. It's super huge. I don't even know if he made it, but he'd come in super late. Then I had a real nice one too that was coming in at night, and I'd go out for lunch about the same time every day. I'd sit a little bit longer, and I think he was watching me. And that was last year, and I told the wife, I'm like, I'm going to change up my pattern. And got lunch a little bit earlier and scooted my buck back out there, because it seemed like every time I was coming back from lunch, I was spooking something out and I didn't know what it was. And I changed up my lunch pattern, and it was just enough to throw him off. And I was in my tree stand for about 10 minutes, and he came underneath a big oak right through the thicket, and didn't even know I was back there. I had just got done pulling my bow back up into my tree stand, and I was just getting ready to check my phone and see what time it was, and here he come right through there. Didn't give me much chance, but I drove it home where it was important, and he only went 30 yards, and he was a nice big bodied 7-point. He was about 200 pounds. My son actually drove an hour to come help me pull him out of the woods. How's them Iowa deer? Them Iowa deer big? Thank you. Yeah. I don't know if you heard me, Daniel, but I was wondering if your Iowa deer are big or not. Try and give you guys something else a little bit to look at. I was saying earlier, goes way back over there, way back there. See, I watched the Hunt Public. They're on like a cable channel, and these young men, they go everywhere. They do Michigan, Iowa, I mean everywhere. It's really cool, Wisconsin and stuff like that. And these guys are really putting themselves in good positions, man, get some monster deer. But they scout all this public land, and that's all they do is hunt public land. Really cool. Oh, you follow the Hunt Public? Yeah, that's a great show. What the heck, my battery's done? Huh. I hope my batteries didn't die. Yeah, truly, I agree, Dan. I think my batteries died. What the heck? Well, I'll be. That ain't cool. I think my batteries just died. Darn it. That ain't gonna be worth a crap. Yeah, but right now is about the time you want everything to be doing what it's doing on the call, because they're moving more in the evening, coming out from bedding down all day and searching for food. is frustrating. Oh, maybe I'll go down there and see what's going on with that thing. There goes a squirrel. First one I've seen. Maybe I'll get me a mouth collar here pretty soon too. Yeah, I think that's what happened. Batteries died. Oh, light's bright. Well, we'll see if it works. Got a beautiful farm out here. All kinds of room everywhere. I'm just not going to show the house. Let's see. I wonder if it just shut itself down. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know how much time I'm going to have left out here. Because I'm not hunting with a light either, so. I'm hoping something comes in for everybody. I really appreciate everybody hanging out. Hey Dan, do you had much success coyote hunting? Still got 8 people in here, right on. I don't do a lot of lives, but I like to take you guys along on an adventure, whether I get something or not, every once in a while. I guess the thrill of everything is just waiting anticipation, right? Oh my gosh, that's terrible, dude. My wife and I just got a puppy, and she's so small. It's a little Boston Terrier puppy, so they're not real big dogs anyway, but sometimes I worry about a hawk, you know? I work out in kind of a country setting, I guess, and watched a hawk come down and pull it, grab a squirrel. Took that thing to the top of a telephone pole and just gutted that poor squirrel, man, but I guess that's daily life in the wild, right? So, seen some crazy stuff. We've got a lot of coyotes in the neighborhood and stuff. I live in the city, and it's crazy, man. People have to watch out all the time for their dogs. We've got coyotes running into parks and stuff, but obviously you can't hunt them there. What part of Ohio? You live in southern Ohio? Northern Ohio? We used to go down to Ohio for hockey tournaments for my son when he was a kid. Oh, right on, Columbus. I think I went down to Columbus a long time ago for work, if that's what you even want to call it. No, it wasn't Columbus, it was Cincinnati. All downtown and through the college area. You walk out one bar door and walk into another one through college town. It was crazy. He's ready to fight, huh? It's funny, my next door neighbor's got a bull mastiff, and my puppy is just now about the same size as his head. But they're like little buddies, running back and forth along the fence line. I'd like to see some deer, even if I don't see any coyote, man. That'd be cool. He's got some monster bucks in this place, man. If it's not 10-point or bigger, he will not shoot it. It has to be a certain spread. It has to be a certain height on the tines. I have a lot of respect for this guy. This guy takes me out walleye fishing, and we don't hang out all the time, but he's good people. That's for sure. Good people are hard to find. No deer. Season's over. I'm not allowed to hunt deer here. He's just down in Florida for a month, and he's not able to do anything with the coyotes that he's got here. He normally does it, but he asked me to come over here and take care of him. Or he gave me permission to anyway. think he's got 120 acres here, and his son's over on the other half. And like I said, he's normally the one that takes care of him. But with him having knee surgery this year, just about a month and a half ago, he's not doing it, so he's down in Florida, and I'm out here trying to help him out. Yeah, only coyote right now. No deer season here. They extended our season to the end of January, but I quit at the end of November. Maybe a week or two into December, but after that I don't see no point in carrying on. I'm trying to help him out. The guy bends over backwards for everybody else. I told him I'd take care of the horse for him while he was gone too, but he went and he put the horse in the boarding stable. That way nobody has to worry about it. Yeah, coyotes are open season here too, but April 15th to July 15th, they close the season so that they can have their pups and have a chance to raise them. But then after that, it's free game. I love horses too, man, but they're expensive. I dated a girl through high school, and they had 2 of them. And just watching the vet bills and going to get all the different hays, and is it first, second, third cut, clipping the hooves, it's a lot of work. Unless you can afford to pay somebody to do all that. It's all quiet. Nothing coming through yet. Nothing. Wish I had a thermal. I'd hunt all night. I think the battery just died again, darn it. I think they're like 30, 40 pounds. I had one run by my office window about a month ago. Probably about 11 o'clock in the morning. That was kind of crazy. But I've also got deer and stuff that go by my office window at work, so I don't have to worry. It's pretty cool. I got videos of them too. Gonna make one more run down there and check on my call. Call for about another half an hour, and wrap it up. So I got about a half an hour worth of light. with this snow cover. That's going to definitely help you see. Yeah, batteries are dying in this thing. Unfortunately. Or it could just be getting too cold. Light is on. So hurry up and get up here. And one more go at it. But yeah, horses are all out there when he's got them. Do this female call. I see quite a few of them down on the side of the expressway on the way to work. There's too many of them. Too many. So you guys are seeing what I see, obviously. But I can see off to the right. Yep, I think the batteries just died. Yep. Yeah, they are everywhere. And this poor guy. Well, not poor guy. This guy's he's got the world by the cojones. But, this guy's got them all over the place. It's got them showing up on his trail camera everywhere. All the different areas of his property, so. He said he sees them all the time during all different hours of the day. I don't know if you guys will be able to see through the scope or not. Kind of hard to get that just right. But unfortunately, the batteries died in the car. So, we'll give it a little bit and then get out of here, I guess. Still got 5 people in here. I really appreciate all of you guys. We shall see. Don't have to call for them to come through here. It just helps. People here. Been on for an hour and 13 minutes. Guess next time I'll know to bring out another pack of batteries. Conscious, you still here too? See, Danielle's still here. Cool. Yeah, it won't be long now. I'll be packing it up. Yeah, it's cool. This guy gave me permission to hunt his property for the coyote. And the only other people he gave permission to is my son, as long as he's with me, and my grandson. So I'll be bringing my grandson out next weekend. At least for a couple hours. Looks like there's still 8 people in here. What does everybody like to do outside? Hiking, fishing, survival camping, or anything like that? I think I'm gonna do a survival trip this week or this year. Gonna take minimal stuff. No lighter fluid, no lighter. Just gonna take a ferro rod and a backpack, single person tent on my kayak, and go somewhere with a fishing rod. Camping. I also like jet skiing in the summer. I'm not a jet ski kind of person. Jet ski or wave runner? I like horseback riding too. I haven't done it in years, but I'm sure it wouldn't be hard to pick it back up. Oh, nice. I think I've only ridden a wave runner one time. 2 times, maybe. I like boating too. Unfortunately, I sold my boat. I think it was last year, at the beginning of last year, or the year before that. I had an 18-foot Bayliner bow rider. The wife and the grandkids, everybody loved it. But it just seemed like it started to take up too much space in the garage with the motorcycle and 4-wheelers and kayaks. Like I said, sometimes I recreate myself to death. I do too much outside sometimes. So I got rid of the big boat so I could get a small boat. Hit any lake I wanted to. Not have to worry about some kind of a boat ramp or whatever. And in my kayak, I got that. Yeah, I love fishing. That's pretty much what my channel's all about. But I kind of like to try and do everything outdoors if I can and get it on video if I think it's going to be worth trying to do. I have a lot of video that just sitting in a folder somewhere that I haven't edited. Because sometimes you could have a whole day worth of activities and you have to try and break that down to like 15 minutes or less. So sitting there at the computer trying to make it worthwhile for everybody to watch. Sometimes it takes 3-4 hours to make one video for 15 minutes. So that's the other part of it. You want to spend all your time outside, and then you got downtime to make your video, and you still have to make sure that you're spending enough time with your family so that you're not neglecting that. Canoeing's pretty cool. It's not much different than a kayak if you get a good canoe. Canoes are good if you're going to be you and maybe one other person in there, a little bit of gear. So it ain't too bad to, row. Let's see how the scope lights up. See how good it looks. That's bright. That's bright. Oh yeah. These illuminated scopes are really cool. See if I can get it in there. But the crosshairs are all lit up. You can't see out there, but it looks cool. With the camera, it's really hard to see, but I can still see everything real nice. That seems to be true. I'm gonna have to agree with you on that one. For today, maybe next week it'll be different. But unfortunately, he lives, I don't know, maybe it's a half an hour from my house. And definitely a little bit further from my job, so I can't get here after work. But the only thing I can do is try. And being out in the woods or in a hunting shack, any day is a good day. Six people, you guys are troopers, man. I think I had like 40 people in here at one time. Unfortunately, with everything that I do, I do a lot of it by myself. With the grandkids and everything else, if one of my kids get to go with me, then my wife keeps all the grandkids so that we can get out in the woods together and stuff. My wife is definitely my biggest support when it comes to doing anything like this. 53 years old, still climbing trees and running ridges and everything else out in the back country. She is a big support. Never complains about a thing, ever, ever. And I hope she don't ever think that I take it for granted, because I don't. If I needed to stay home for something, I'm there. I might kick and scream like a little child, but I'll be there. Tell you what, if you really want to go with somebody, try and find like a guide service. And they'll take you out and sit down with you. That'd be cool. Some people have money for that and other people don't. I'd just take somebody with me if they wanted to go, whether it was fishing or hunting. If you wanted to go and wanted to try it, I'd take you. I'd take anybody. As long as you're not a weirdo. A lot of weirdos in this world nowadays. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah, I lost my dad 14 years ago from cancer too. It was rough. Seen a lot of crap I wasn't ready for, I guess. Gets to me every now and then still. I'm sorry for your loss. It does. I'm lucky enough to still have my mom with me. She had stage 4 cancer probably 12 years ago. And by the grace of God, she was able to beat it, and I don't know how she did it. Stage 4 is like you're done. And she's had cancer twice after that and beat it both times after that. And she's still here. We was at my niece's baby shower yesterday, and she was just running full bore, you know, helping out, doing everything she could. I think she might be 76 years old now. Yeah, she's got God on her side, that's for sure. That's for sure. Oh, yeah. It's about time to start packing this stuff up. Unfortunately. Nothing worse than having all equipment crap. Got GoPros and everything else you have to pack up. And then putting the guy's stuff back where he had it. That's a big thing too. Well, everybody, there's the moon. Beautiful sky tonight. I'm gonna put all this stuff back. And go sledding, snowboarding. Sleds. But I definitely appreciate everybody hanging out and stuff with me tonight. It was really cool. Make sure I'm not forgetting anything. Yep, my backpack. Don't want to forget the backpack. Walk down here and grab my call. Well, I do appreciate y'all. Load up all my gear and get the heck out of here. Probably see some deer on the way out, that's for sure. Kind of had you guys all zoomed in and stuff, but I wanted you guys to be able to see what was going on down there. Let's see if I can turn you guys around. Hello for the 4 people that are here. 7 people. All right. 7 people. The unfortunate part is the coyote hunt is pretty much, it is over. Unfortunately. Batteries on the collar died. Wasn't expecting that. So that quit about in half an hour before dark. That's always a bummer. Gotta get this heat rolling, man. 8 people now. Try and take you guys down to the end of the road, or the driveway I should say. Probably see some deer. Well, it's an exciting night anyway. Anytime you can be out in the woods, it's exciting. Or close to the woods anyway. Grab you up right here. I believe I got everything. I'm going to plug you Yahoos in so I don't lose my battery on my phone. Get that heat rolling, man. Get that heat rolling. See if I can show you guys anything. I don't know if I can or not. Got some rabbit tracks across the drive in the snow. Nope, nothing. I really appreciate everybody hanging out with me, but I am going to go ahead and get off of here, I think. Gotta open up the gate. Go see my grandkids. That's going to be the biggest thing, I think. If anybody's still there, tell me where you're from. Gate swings open. I forgot all about it. That could have been bad. Almost hit the front of my truck. Would not have been happy. Alright guys, well thank you everybody that was here. Hit the like button and hit the subscribe button if you wouldn't mind. I'd definitely appreciate it. Go check out some of my other videos that I've got posted up. Got one of nice deer I got last year. Got one of my daughter's deer this year. Some good salmon fishing videos and stuff of that nature. So hit me up sometime. I appreciate everybody. Thank you.